Appreciate you guys every Wednesday. At this time, we do our college football hour, Prater in the Ballgame. We will turn on the video cameras. Actually, we just have for this segment, so you can follow us on our social media channels here and appreciate the love on that, Prater. We got a couple of good topics today. We're going to do a no-brainer brain scratcher, play a little game with college football. But today, kind of on a quarterback show. We're like, you know what? It's Wednesday. What are we doing today? All right, let's focus on the most important position in sports, in college football, the Mountain West. We talked about it a little bit earlier, the Mountain West kind of turning into this league of transfers from other schools, whether that helps or doesn't help the league. You said Boise State and Air Force are the only two programs right now where it looks like they'll have a homegrown starting week one quarterback. I think it actually helps the league, just if you ask me. I think that there's more talent to bring in from now. There's more options. And a lot of times, if you're a Mountain West school, you just don't get the high-level high school kid like some of the old programs do. This gives them a chance to at least get kids who were high-level high school kids. But we want to rank the quarterbacks in the Mountain West coming into this season, my man.
Yeah, and I'm going to start by disagreeing with you completely. I think it's become lazy, and I think the Mountain West has become very, very lazy. And I think long-term, if they continue this route in terms of just chasing transfer quarterbacks, that is going to hurt you long-term. There's 12 teams in the Mountain West. There are 2 transfer quarterbacks. Jake Haener seems like he's working out okay, and Logan Bonner seems like he's working out okay. Everybody else, Boise State and Air Force have homegrown quarterbacks. Everybody else has transfers. And as we sit right now, they all suck. None of them are good. You want 8 crappy quarterbacks in your conference, and you think that that's better? No. Now, 1 or 2 of these guys could get pretty good. The San Diego State guy, it's Colorado State, Wyoming, New Mexico, San Jose State, UNLV, Nevada, Hawaii, all transfers. And I'll have to do some research.
Yeah.
They're all eaten from within the conference, too. A couple of multiple, the Clay Millen kid goes from Nevada to Colorado State. Peasley goes from Utah State to Wyoming. They're transferring within the conference. That's never a good sign. I couldn't disagree more, Ballgame. This could be the downfall and the detriment of offensive football in the Mountain West. If you ask me, I don't like it at all because these transfers are not good. Show me any of these 8 transfers that are good.
Jake Haener and Logan Bonner.
Those are the 2.
That's 2 quarterbacks in the league.
And now find me somebody else.
I don't think I have
2
to.
out of 12. And the 8 other transfers show me a good quarterback.
I gave you the best 2 in the league.
Give me the other 8.
Braxton Burmeister.
Yeah,
I think he's going to be pretty good at San Diego State, Prater. I'm buying his stock.
I'm not putting him in my top 5.
And, Clay Millen was an Oregon Duck.
Means nothing.
I want to see him play, and I want to see what Peasley can do up in Wyoming as well.
Well, Peasley has a track, and I know he's your boy, and this isn't personal, but your boy Peasley is a horrible quarterback.
Oh, God.
Statistically, this is his 5th season, and he's terrible. Clay Millen, you talked about just because he's got a famous last name and he played at Oregon, he's thrown 2 passes in his entire 2-year college football career. Braxton Burmeister is a disaster of a quarterback.
No.
The New Mexico quarterback, this Chevin Cadero might be the best one. There's a 3rd one. I forgot. There was 3 of them that transferred within conference.
Actually, there's 4. Levi Williams left Wyoming, and now he's backing up Bonner at Utah State.
That's right.
Like, there was a rotating shares in this league.
Crazy.
Yeah, Cordero, I didn't love his numbers at Hawaii. He was like the one longtime starter at Hawaii who didn't put up for me significant stats. Maybe that'll change. All right, before we just keep arguing about this, because I want to know the top 5 guys, because I think we can agree on the top 3. There it might get a little tricky.
Who we going number 1?
I think it's Jake Haener. I think he's earned that. No,
I'm not going Jake Haener. I'm going to do something that I rarely do. I'm a stubborn old man who thinks my opinions are always right.
Yeah,
you guys both agree with that? Shake your heads.
Yeah,
shake your heads if I'm right.
Of course. So you're gonna go. Yeah, okay.
This morning, Bob Bueller said something that really stuck with me, and I tried to get it out of my head. I went for a walk. I said, I got to get Bob out of my head. Bob's screaming in my head. I can't do it. I like Zeke Daniels, and I like Zeke Daniels. If we're going to have a conversation about the best quarterbacks, and it doesn't matter what team they're on, Jake Haener's your guy. Jake Haener standing alone in the street is your best quarterback in the Mountain West. Zeke Daniels out of Air Force is the best quarterback for his team, and he's probably the best at what he does in the Mountain West for his team. He's experienced. He came on last year as a pretty good passer. He passed for 7 touchdowns last year. That's got to be a Hall of Fame record at Air Force. He's a 1,000-yard rusher. He runs that offense as well as anybody. He's got a monster offensive line. He's got a monster running back. He's got a dependable wide receiver. I think Zeke Daniels at Air Force, which hosts Boise State this year, I think Zeke Daniels will be the most efficient, best quarterback in the Mountain West Conference this season.
I can't, JP, I can't do this.
You're going to just do yours based on stats, though.
But I can throw in wins, too. I mean, Jake Haener was a part of a team that won 10 games last year, like your boy Zeke Daniels did, too.
I like Haener. I don't want to criticize him, and picking him one is not wrong. I just think Zeke Daniels will do more for Air Force than Jake Haener will do more for Fresno.
Yeah, I mean, Haener threw 33 touchdowns to 9 picks last year, Prater. They ranked 14th in the nation offensively. Fresno did. Air Force was 50th. They're obviously first in rushing, but they're 128th in passing.
Yeah.
Maybe for what Zeke Daniels does as far as operating that offense.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Leading that team, getting them in the position to win
Yep.
a lot of football games. And if that is if that weighs more in your criteria than anybody else, hey, man, it's your list. Okay.
Yeah.
You think he's the best returning guy? You're right. I'm doing mine more off statistical production. In Fresno State last year, only 8 teams in college football averaged more yards through the air than Fresno did week in, week out. They were 9th in the country in passing yards per game. That's Jake Haener, and he is coming back, and I think he can have a better year than last season. We'll see.
And I don't disagree with
that. So
that.
that's why I would go him 1, and I go Bonner 2, and now this is where our lists get kind of interesting, huh? Because you probably have Haener 2, and then where do you have Hank? Where is this list, Prater?
I got Hank number 3 ahead of Logan Bonner, and that's just a lot on projections on where I think Hank is going to go. I think Hank is going to have a monster season. I've said that over and over. I really, truly do. If I have to eat my words, I have no problem doing that. I think Logan Bonner is a good quarterback. This is his 6th season. He should be a great quarterback. He can't complete. He's still less than 50 or 60. He's only completing 59% of his passes. He's still an interception machine. Logan Bonner has a lot of issues. If you can't complete 60% of your passes in college football anymore, you should be completing 70, and he's at 59.
Last year, he completed 61.
1 year out of 6. This is his 6th year, and he had 1 good year. And yeah, it was a good year, and it was an alarming year, and it was a good wake-up year, and I think he's going to be good. I think Hank Bachmeier this year is going to be better.
Yeah, because, Hank's been over 60% all 3 years. He's career over 60%, obviously. He does complete a higher percentage than Logan Bonner. Hank does need to have higher level touchdown passes. His picks are nice, though. Hank is efficient. I know he has some bonehead picks.
Yes,
I think all quarterbacks do at some point. But, Hank's 8 interceptions is a career high. That's a low level for it being your career high there. I flip those. I have Haener, Bonner, Hank, and I have Daniels 4th. But it's, Hank could have a better year than Bonner. Sure. Does Hank have to have? What type of year does Hank have to have?
I think Boise State needs Hank Bonner to have a fantastic year. Just like Utah State needs Logan Bonner to have a fantastic
year. Hank Bachmeier, yeah. Okay. And I think Fresno State probably needs the same thing for Jake Haener as well. There's a lot of importance.
I will say this. I am very confident in saying at the end of the year, Fresno State, Air Force, Utah State, and Boise State, in some order of fashion, will be 1, 2, 3, 4 in points scored in the Mountain West this year, and it's all because of these 4 quarterbacks. Now we're going to drop off significantly.
Yeah, after we get let's get those 4 out of the way.
I'm not going to get sucked into Braxton Burmeister. You can have him and all the hype you want. I don't think that guy is going to be a difference maker at San Diego State.
Mm-hmm. They need him to. He wasn't a huge difference maker at Virginia Tech. I think it was 14 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and to be honest, Prater, I'm not even sure how much of the reps he had. I don't know if they had kind of a revolving door at quarterback with Burmeister there. I like where they come from. If you're an Oregon transfer, to me, that means when you were coming out of high school, you had your choice to go to some of the best programs. And yeah, you lost the job to some guy named Justin Herbert. So you had to leave. And Burmeister did, and he went to Virginia Tech. And now why is he going to San Diego State? Well, yeah, I guess it didn't work out the way he wanted it to in Blacksburg too. The Millen kid at Colorado State with Jay Norvell's tutelage. We saw what Jay Norvell did with Carson Strong. He's had a high reputation with quarterbacks over the years.
Didn't he kind of
Jay
ruin
Norvell
Carson Strong?
Carson Strong? What do you mean? He only played for Jay Norvell.
I know,
Nevada.
but didn't he kind of ruin him? I mean, he was, when the season started, he was a guaranteed first-round draft pick. When the season ended, he never got drafted.
Yeah, maybe that was just a poor evaluation going in there. I don't know. I don't think so. You think Jay Norvell screwed up Carson
I'm not going to
Strong?
give him credit for making him good.
You know, he had a terrific year. Was he the player of the year in the league last year? I mean, when you're going to take away from his coach,
He was
I mean, he's the best player in the league, dude.
Okay. He was all right.
Clay Millen, maybe he's a wild card there. We haven't seen him play. You know, we haven't. All we know is that he left Oregon for whatever reason. Now he's at Colorado State. Looks like he's going to start week 1 for Jay Norvell. Okay. I think there's a quarterback in there that we're not evaluating properly now that might be in this elite group by season's end. Maybe Cordero at San Jose State. I'm going to throw Andrew Peasley in there up at Wyoming. I've seen Wyoming have good quarterback play with Craig Bull, with Josh Allen, and last year, Levi Williams. And I do know Andrew Peasley might be the best athlete of any quarterback in this league outside of Zeke Daniels. Overall athlete, running, jumping. He is a brilliant athlete.
Braxton Burmeister is a better runner, by the way. He just has massive injury issues. Braxton Burmeister gets hurt every 4 games because he runs. He's a great runner, and he's done a really nice job of running. But he's also completed 56% of his passes, 18 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions.
Yeah.
But Braxton Burmeister can beat you as a runner. That's one area where he can, as long as he doesn't get hurt.
Zeke Daniels, number 1 quarterback in the Mountain West. Mike Prater's opinion.
Based on his fit, based on what he's asked to do, based on the style of offense he's asked to run. And if I'm wrong, blame Bob Beeler.
JP, do you have a knife? Do you have a fork? Do you have a spoon? Do you have a spork?
I have a pair of scissors.
I need silverware because I'm going to make Mike Prater eat his words.
You have a spork
at
right
the end of this football season.
Based on what? Based on what? We just do a whole bunch of stuff based on what? I'm going to eat my word. Which words? Which words?
What words was I talking about? Burmeister is going to be better than Prater thinks. Peasley, it doesn't suck. He's going to be better than Prater thinks. And by the end of the year, we're not going to be thinking about Zeke Daniels being the best quarterback in this league. So there's the knife, there's the spoon, there's the spork. I hope the meal's going to taste pretty good over there.
And I never said best quarterback in the league because that's always based on stats. What if Air Force wins the Mountain Division title and Zeke Daniels is named the team MVP because he did exactly what he was supposed to do? But his stats aren't going to compare to Jake Haener, who's going to stand back there and just throw bombs all day long.
I'll take that away then. You're right. If that happens and Air Force wins the Mountain Division and you're saying, oh, hey, look what Zeke Daniels did. Huh? There we go. Top team in rushing again. I'll say, okay, Prater. All right. For what he does, he's the best leader quarterback fit for his offense in the league. I'll give you that. All right, Prater. Are you ready for some no-brainer / brain stretcher today?
Let's do it, bud.
On a Wednesday?
Let's
All
do
right,
it.
guys. Let's have some fun with this. And remember, when the temperatures are triple digits like they are right now, the most important thing for your lawn, garden, and pets is water. Zamzows has water bowls, fountains, and automatic dispensers that work great. There's 13 locations, and don't forget to apply that Humigreen to help keep your lawn green while using less water. Let's have some fun, JP.
From the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Studios, this is Ticket Traffic.
This afternoon, coming